My audience. You must communicate with them in the language they understand. If I'm talking to a layman, my property. I am talking about square meters. You don't understand it. I must look for a way in feet, the one you understand. Oh, Oga, this 450 square meters we are talking about is like 100 by 50 or 50 by 50 or 70 by 50 feet too. Don't go and blow grammar and spoil your market. Are we together? The way you sell to Mr. A is different from the way you sell to Mr. B. That's a basic thing. Before you sell to anybody, understand the person first. Okay? Selling children, selling Indomie, children. Mama do good, do he do well. They are dancing, everybody is happy, children will like it. If I am selling iPhone, I'll do sharp videos, snap fine pictures, and put ladies will like it. They'll buy it. Two different things. The other person is dancing to sell to children. I am snapping fine videos to sell to babes. Understand your audience. Are we cool? Okay. We'll soon be rounding up. Mr. Tio, build your brand. This is the most important of all, even. Build your brand. If you don't build your brand, you're wasting your time. It can be your personal brand, can be your company brand, it can be the brand of the company you're selling for. As a company, Hush Homes has built a very reputable brand, very solid brand. If you're selling for Hush Homes, your job may be easier than you selling for another person. That's because the company has probably done so much work that you just need little to do. If I am selling noodles, I have Indomie, I have Kiss Me to sell. Which one do you think I need little or no effort to sell? Indomie. Indomie has done all the works. I just need little to sell. All these things rub off on you. Your personal brand too. The image you project out there. You want someone to do a business worth 500 million with you, and then you're projecting yourself like one poor realtor out there. A flyer, you dress, you wear slippers, you stand at a traffic point, you want to sell a property of 100 million, you be sharing. Do you think the person can buy the property you're selling, property worth 100 million naira, will take that flyer from you at that point and close the deal? You understand it? In Nigeria, people like to do business with people who they perceive to be rich. If you're poor, nobody will dash you anything. Nobody will do business with you. It does not mean that you should lie. In short, in this industry, if you want to last, your integrity must be 100%. Do not lie. But do not project yourself as a poor person. Have your confidence. Self Content again, consistency, collaboration, colors, customer satisfaction. The best content we have here carry knowledge you have. If you want to be a top selling real estate, you must have knowledge. That's the content inside you, value you carry. Have what it takes. Are we together? So you must be rich in knowledge, and then you must communicate clearly. Do not be ambiguous. Communicate in clear terms. Be straightforward. Don't pass through. You're going to Jabi from Utako. Want to go through Wiye, go to Dantata Bridge, cut through Idu, through Airport Junction to come to Jabi. No, it doesn't work that way. You must be clear. Then content again. The content you have here, you should be able to express it here. You should be able to express it here. That's the write-up you make, the videos you make, and all. You must constantly dish out something. You must be giving out something to your clients. You must be feeding your audience. It's not every time come and buy. It's not come and buy, come and buy, come and buy. No, it will never work like that. Top selling realtors, the content they churn out more educational content, less promotional content. I have 10 contents to make. 8 those contents would be about education. I'm teaching you what you need to know about Abuja real estate. Please don't do this if you don't want your property to get demolished. Please do this one, do the other one, do this one. Then 2, I'm talking about my property. If you do it that way, they begin to look at you like an authority in that field. Okay? Now, how many of us even post on our social media platforms? How often do we post? To sell millions of naira and you don't make content, you don't post? No, it never work that way. If you post, if you post, is it always about transactions, 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 buy this, buy this, buy this, or you churn out knowledge? You must first have inside of you through your content. Publish articles, do videos. There are a lot of things to talk about in this Abuja. Plenty things to talk about. You must find something to talk about. If you don't know what to talk about, you can ask me or you can ask anybody. What should I talk about? I'll think of what's happening in Abuja today. I'll tell you, oh, look at this thing. So and so land has been revoked. Too. You can talk about it. Use your phone. Do small research. Talk about it. Who will like it? You may post it and nobody will like it. Don't think that they are not reading it. They are reading it. All right? Then you must be consistent. Real estate is all about consistency. It's not all about I'll post when I like. Okay, I'll post next month. I post. No, they must know you something. You must be know if anything real estate comes to their mind and they don't remember your name, know that you are not in the game. They are talking about real estate and they don't remember Akka. That Akka is into real estate in Abuja. Then I am not doing my job. They must know you. That's consistency. You can give yourself a task. I'll be posting twice, thrice in a week and make sure you keep up to it. If you are consistent, you must see results. It's not that today you're posting about real estate, tomorrow you're posting about hair, next tomorrow you're posting about crayfish, or on crayfish. Then next week you're talking about slippers for ladies. Then upper week you're talking about folic acid. Oh, it will never work like that. The real estate industry is a very jealous industry. A jealous lover. You must give it attention. If you don't give it attention, it won't work. You must collaborate. Even the biggest real estate companies, the top professionals, individuals in Abuja, Lagos, and everywhere they collaborate. I have something you need. You have something I need. We must come together. You must attend events. You're here at our showrooms. You're collaborating with us. Okay? You must collaborate if you want to do exploits. Most times, I have a properties to sell. Let me tell you what happened some times ago in Metama. I was in Metama. You guys, I think I was not into real estate then. You guys, two property agents, best of friends, are brothers from the south. I don't want to mention the region. I don't want to mention the tribe. They had a deal. Had a deal. His clients called him. Oh, how are you? Are you in town? He said yes. Please come and check out my property in Guarim. I want to sell it. A house, an old house. He went, saw the property, street property. How much is it going for? 100 million naira. The guy started looking for a buyer. Looking for a buyer for more than 1 month and couldn't find one. What did he do? He now relayed it to his friend, told his friend about it. Another person that was into real estate. That same day, the friend went to Metama, saw one of his HNIs, high net worth individual, the senator, told him about the property. Senator, you like this property. It's in River First Avenue. 100 million naira. You like it? Yeah, it's fine. Okay, let me go check it out. Senator went, checked it out, liked the property, and couldn't hide his likeness for the property. He gave this person, get the property. Now I said, okay, how much is it? Seeing his desperation, he told him 500 million naira. The property was going for 500 million naira. A house, an old house. Then to say, 500 million. That's on the high side. What do we do? I said, Oga, we are sorry, oh, that's the last price. 500 million naira. Okay, no problem. When came back the following day, brought his check, and wanted to sign the check for 500 million naira. He now asked the client, A brought the deal, Mr. B brought the client. The client said, I'm ready, I want to make payments, 500 million naira. What should be on the name on the Mr. A said, oh, I brought the deal. It must be the name of my company. Mr. B said, no, this person is not your client. It's been my HNI for a very long time. It must be my name on the check. Trust. They kept going back and forth until the senator was like, oh, something is definitely wrong. He called off the deal. 10 million naira, they were to sell it for 500 million naira, 400 million naira on top. So that is where collaboration. Can you collaborate? Can you let go your pride? Yes, you have PhD. You're this, you're that, wahala. That person, a secondary school dropout, He's bringing the deal too. Can you let go all your titles, your pride, everything, your phone, your fine hair, your everything, and collaborate? Can you be trusted? In this industry, if you cannot be trusted, forget it, you'll never go far. If you cannot collaborate effectively, forget it, you'll never go far. Those top selling realtors you see out there, they collaborate effectively. Most times they sacrifice commission, certain percentage of their commission. Yeah, Oga PA, let me talk to Oga now. If this thing clicks, my commission is 5%, I'll give you 2%. Dollar ton bad. It's better to have 3% than to have nothing at all. Can you do that? Colors. In your branding, you must be mindful of your colors. You must know so much about color combination. You're going to see a HNI, your hair scarf is yellow, your trouser is green, the shirt is red. Maybe you are looking like a firefighter. Of here and there. Okay? So you must have good sense of color combinations. Branding your logo, designing your logo, your dress sense, everything. It all boils down to your branding. And if you do from number 1 to number 6 and your customer is not satisfied, forget it. Your customer satisfaction should be number 1, not even your commission. If your customer is satisfied, how many of us use OPay? Another deposit money bank can spend millions of dollars to do ads on CNN. OPay will never spend 1 naira to do ads. I'm using OPay. I'll tell this man, OPay is good. If it's transfer, forget it. OPay can never give you wahala. This man is telling the next person because I am satisfied. So if your customers are satisfied, they will do the marketing for you. They will do the remaining job for you. So you must at all points do your best possible to make sure that your customers are satisfied. Okay? It doesn't mean that you go out of certain principles to satisfy your customer. Customers are not always right. You are a professional in this industry. You must be able to give certain professional counsels to your customer. And remember that it is not every deal that you must do. Certain things, it's better to let it go. Anyone that will stain your brand, that will stain your name, I beg, let it go. All right? Are we together? Okay. Lastly, key factors that guarantee high ticket closing. Number 1 to number 7, how effective marketing video or value proposition was done. Talk about turning our content. Do it the right way. Hit bullet points. Yes, it's not all of us are blessed yet. But if you want to do any content, if I don't have an iPhone or a very good phone, please, I know someone that has one. Be able to check, borrow me the phone, do quality content. Be able to research very well to give out a very quality, a powerful content. Don't send out something that will bring your value down. Okay? Put video. Advertising our therapy now, for instance. He does not even say anything. He just appears in the video. Hi, my people. At this property, they rain now. He does not even say any other thing apart from that. He might sell times 100 of what I'll sell. Who does every video has a lot to play. So if you're an organization, if you have your own private listing, you have someone who can do video very well, please use the person. If you cannot, learn. There's a company, headquarters is in Owerri, I think. They're into tech, motor spare parts and all. I know of a particular person that almost single-handedly built the page from less than 1,000 followers to 1 point something million followers. What works for you? If you do a video, you discover that it goes viral. She does her video, nobody really pays attention to it. You try that again, over time, you discover that people prefer your video. No wahala. What works for you. All right? Products. I was telling someone yesterday that if you go to Kiami or between Kiami and the airport, you have up to 15 federal establishments. You have the immigration headquarters there. You have civil defense headquarters there. You have correctional services headquarters there. That's where you have the Air Force Base in Abuja. You have NCAA. You have NIMET there. You have African Aviation School there. You have so many establishments there. Now, do you even know that most of these establishments have their staff in thousands? Immigration has staff in thousands that work at the headquarters. If I am selling Kiami, for instance, what should be my selling point? Oh, look at you, come and invest in Kiami. Look at all these establishments there. There's no accommodation. People don't even find houses around here. That they have to run to Kuje, run to Gogwala to go and look for accommodation. So if you invest here now, can someone find a house in Kiami that is just 2 minutes to immigration headquarters and prefer to go to Kuje to go and stay? All these things have a part to play. The products, in this case now, investing in Kiami is meeting the accommodation, the housing deficit around that place. That's to say, housing there is going to meet certain needs of this staff. Are we together? The company that owns the products. Like we mentioned Indomie earlier, if you're marketing for Indomie now, you discover that the job is a lot easier for you. The company that owns the product also matters. And then you must have it at the back of your mind that it's not every company in Abuja you would sell for. If I were you, I'll just pick 1 or 2 or 3, and then I'm good to go. 1 or 2, you're good to go. So you don't run yourself into unnecessary stress and troubles. All right? The broker's will to close. Are you determined to close it? If a prospect tells you no, do you give up immediately? Do you say, the man said he's not interested? The man does not even have my time. He doesn't pick call. He doesn't respond to messages. Do you give up? No. If you give up, then you don't have the will. That strong will is not there. You must have the strong will. You're pursuing something. This is 10 million naira. Someone is not answering you, and you just want to give up like that. Did he say he doesn't want to buy? No. He's not only responding to you. So you must keep pressing until you get a result. I am not saying you should become like a bed bug. I'm not saying you should not allow the prospect to have a breathing space. There's a way you can do these things. All right? Just you should use your initiative, know when to. And then your follow-up should not always be about the property. It must not always be about the property. Every message you're sending to the prospect, Oga, the property is still waiting for you. I want to remind you of this property. So apart from your property, you do not have any other thing to talk about. Sometimes, oh, happy new month, sir. Happy new week. How are you? How is the family? End there. It's okay. All right. Process and procedures. When you are selling any property, don't make the processes cumbersome. Make it as stress-free as possible. Nobody is committing a crime by coming to you. Don't stress the living hell out of their life. Some necessary protocols. Not a few companies are doing. People mention that, oh, before the subscription form we give out after inspection and all. Do you know that some companies charge for subscription form during inspection? Stress-free as possible. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow due process, you shouldn't follow standard, okay? But just make it easier for the person. Maybe the person is in Port Harcourt and wants to buy your property. He has made payment. Can you waive bill the documents to him? If it's possible, why not? Why stress him to come down from Port Harcourt to come and do certain things you can easily do? Can you send a subscription form electronically to him to fill and send back to you? If it's possible, why not? Why should he come down from Port Harcourt just to come and fill subscription form before he transacts? Okay, all these things really matter. The willingness, capacity, and readiness of the client. In this business, there are time wasters. You must be able to identify a time waster. There are people, and no matter what you do, they will never buy. There are some people who are willing to buy, but the resources are not available at that point. You must be able to identify all these people. Why? How? Ask the right questions. Oh, sir, if you like this property, how long do you think it will take you to make payments? Ask those questions. They are necessary. All right. So you don't end up burning your time, burning your resources, facing someone who is obviously not ready to make commitments. Are we together? Any questions so far? Have you answered my questions? Who has answered all the questions? What's the first question? What's the first question? Is hotel commercial or residential? What's the answer? Hotel commercial? Yes. Okay. Okay. So the certificate of occupancy or the right of occupancy, what will be the purpose? Mixed for a single property? Mixed for a single property. Let's assume this place we are now is a hotel. This building now is a hotel. The documents will it carry? Commercial? Now, if you see residential, you have private residential and you have commercial residential. Okay. Now, hotel is, yes, hotel is residential. Hotel is residential. Oh yeah, clap for it. Clap for it. Hotel is still residential, but it is not private residential. Okay. What's the second question? It is residential. Residential is the parent's name. It is still residential. Okay. Okay, let me ask you a question. If you go to buy a private, okay, maybe you go to a Royal City Estate, you buy some plots of land there, you build. It's residential, right? Then you rent it out, you're making money from it. Does it change the purpose from being residential to commercial? Oh, then you're making money from it. Yes, that's a deciding factor. Not whether you're making money from it or not. You understand this? Yes. Irrespective of whether you're making money from it or not, you're living there. So that makes it residential. But in this case now, it is not private residential. Understood? What's the second question? Is Guzape a district? They are realtors now, Abuja realtors. Is Guzape a district? Somebody saying Abu. So Guzape is under what of Kiami? Is Kiami a district? Kiami is a district. If you are going to the airport, if you are going along the airport road before Kuje Bridge, you know Kuje Bridge? You know Centenary City before Kuje Bridge? Directly opposite Centenary City is Kiami District. That place is Kiami District. It extends to Idu. Yeah, that's Kiami District. Lugbe is also a district. Guzape is Asokoro. Yes. Okay. The other question. The other question. Okay, it's a commercial plaza that is story building, a duplex. Commercial plaza that is a story building. We have agreed that for it to be a duplex, it must be story building, right? Now, if you have a commercial plaza as a story building, will you call it duplex? If you go to Arab here now, Arab Junction, you see, for instance, that's Sai Plaza. Is it a duplex? So what is a duplex? Okay, so we have agreed that plaza, a commercial plaza, even if it's story building. As, as common as it appears, as common as it appears, you can have a client. You ask you, okay, this 450 square meters you want to sell to me at Royal City Estate. How will I build it? You say you build duplex, 5 bedroom, fully detached. And you ask you what is a duplex. How will you say? That's a duplex. What are you saying there? All these things here common, abi? You hear them on a daily basis. What are you saying there? Oh, just a picture and not definition. Who can help us check the definition? Then the last question, what was it? Ground rent. Duplex. Who is helping us with the answer? Now let's round up. Mm-hmm. That's number one. So that answers the first question. There's a special plaza in duplex. So I think that answers the question now. Residential. So for it to be a duplex, it must be residential. So that answers the first question. Yes. So continue. Yes. Who understands that? Or on top, or on top. No, it's not like terrorists. It's not. We have agreed that a terrorist must also be a duplex for it to be called a terrorist. Okay. So it's not even about the terrorists. Now, if you look at this thing now, this is a wall. Yes. Yes. But understand one thing. In context here, a duplex must be a residential built on top each other. So a duplex must be a residential story building. Okay, very simple. So your clients ask you which one is duplex, you must be able to tell them that it's a residential story building. All right. And then we talked about ground rent. Ground rent is that tax you pay for using the land to the government. In Abuja, you must pay. Okay. You pay that yearly and you pay to FCTA, Federal Capital Territory Administration, not Federal Capital Development Authority. There's FCDA, FCDA, and there's FCTA, Federal Capital Development Authority, Federal Capital Territory Administration. Okay. Now, ground rent is 15 naira per square meters. That's the rate currently. So if you have a 500 square meters, if your land is 500 square meters, so you are paying 500 times 15. What will be the answer? 1,005 times. That should be 75 or so. So annually, if you own a 500 square meter land in this Abuja, annually, you are expected to pay 7,500 naira as tax to the government. If you don't pay, as common as this appears, the FCT minister can revoke your land, and there's nothing you will do about it. 7,500 naira. The square meter is 15 naira. So you do the mathematics. This thing, yes. If you're closing a deal, your client asks you if there are other charges. Your client wants to pay for the land, maybe 500 square meters is 10 million or whatever the case is, and he asks you if there are other charges, you must be able to communicate appropriately. Please do not lie. For every estate, there's what you call infrastructure fee, development fee. That's the money the estate will use give you road, internal roads, give you street lights, or give you whatsoever infrastructure inside the estate. All companies do it. Anyone you do not hear of infrastructure fee, just know that they want to keep it to themselves and bill you later. Okay? So you should be able to communicate appropriately. Your inspection, do it professionally. Communicate like an expert in that field. Emotional intelligence, know when to push, know how to predict your prospect, know how to handle him. Okay. Most times your prospect can get angry. It's normal. He can get pissed off. Normal. Please know how to manage the situation. All right. It's unprofessional for your client to get angry and then you get angry and you start exchanging words. All right. Preserve every relationship. Understand the terms and conditions. Use urgency and scarcity. I'm telling Kiami now, must let you know that, oh, more than 80 people have subscribed already. The plus are just remaining 2 or 3. And this one might get off the market in few days. With that, I am telling you that people are buying. Oh. So many people have bought already. Oh. It might get exhausted anytime. There are just few number of plots remaining. If you instill that urgency and scarcity into them, they will consider it. Everybody wants to belong. All right. In a situation where nobody is subscribing at all, your prospect will ask, no one has subscribed. Is it only me? Are you sure nothing is wrong? So you should be able to communicate all this intelligently. All right. Just run through these ones. Follow every step you have here. If you want to be a high flying realtor, if you want to make your money in millions, if you want to really belong to that category, you must understand all these things. Have general knowledge, have knowledge about real estate generally, and have knowledge about Abuja real estate. All right? Know how to brand yourself, know how to communicate with prospects, and know how to handle them when you're on site. Thank you very much. We are going to stop here for today. I am going to spend a few minutes to answer your questions. If you have anything, please, Mr. Teo, please, the last. Yes. Now, everything we've talked about today is not just for you to jot them down and keep in your house. Beginning from today, you must practice them, put them into practice. You must learn one new thing every day if you want to make it in this Abuja through real estate. People are making millions of naira every day. People are cashing out in billions of naira every day. Except you do not want to belong. You can keep wasting time. But if you want to do well, please get these things into work immediately. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aka. Please let's be on our feet and give Mr. Aka a resounding round of applause for a wonderful lecture. Please, everybody on your feet. You can sit down now. Thank you very much. Okay, if you've learned something today, please raise up your hand. A lot. I love what I'm hearing. That's good. Thank you all for being here up to this time. And thank you for staying put. And we are hoping that what you have learned, not just going to hear it, you're going to take it and run with it. It's one thing to learn, it's another thing to implement. So I'm going to ask for our last training, who was here in the last training? Wave your hands. People, you were not here in the last training. Okay, so we made a promise. There was a pledge here. You promised yourself and whoever you hold dear that you are going to post regularly on your social media pages. Am I correct? I kept to the promise. Raise up my hand. Don't lie, you. So you see that is one thing to promise, is another thing to what? act. What you have learned today, you're going to promise yourself. You're not promising me, because if you're better at what you do, it's for your own benefit, right? So you're going to promise yourself that you're going to take what you have learned today and implement it in your daily life. We've talked about branding, we've talked about how to get a good client, how to know the different types of clients, put them into perspective and run with it. So does anybody have any question based on what we have learned today? Any questions? Okay. Sorry, you said what?
I need a clarification on ages and FCDA.
Okay. Says she needs a clarification on it. Any other questions so you can take them once? Any other question? Is that all for today? All right. So after now, after the question has been answered, we'll come around and you tell us what you have learned today. So get ready for that.
All right. Ages and FCDA. The parent is FCDA, Federal Capital Development Authority. The child is Ages. Ages is a department. Now, FCDA issues a document to me. The department that handles that. I take that document. Before I start building, I'll go to development control, another department under FCDA, to get their approval. I submit my architectural work and everything to development control. The department in FCDA. They give me the approval. Even during construction, I still invite them to come for inspection and all. These documents that I have, or maybe this land I want to buy, if I want to verify the authenticity of that document, I want to check if this land is fake or not. Where do I run to? I run to Aegis. Aegis is the department that has all the information about every plot of land. That's where you do your verification. We call it legal search. I want to sell any property to you now, and you want to know whether the property is genuine, whether the papers are okay or not. How do I do? I run to Aegis. Aegis, look at these papers. Can you tell me, confirm if they are original, if they're okay? By the way, you know fake documents exist. People clone documents a lot. They sell properties with fake documents. So to avoid all of those things, what do? You go to Aegis. Aegis, please kindly verify this document. Are they okay? We call it legal search. This paper, where is it? I passed around earlier. This was issued by Aegis. You see the title, it is Legal Search Report. Right? This person went to Aegis. This document that this person has and wants to use to sell this land to me, they're okay. You submit them. You pay the fee. For today, the fee for individual is 10,000 naira. If I go as an individual to verify any document, I'll write a letter. I'll pay 10,000 naira to Aegis. They'll check the documents and issue me this report. Call it legal search report. It should tell you about the history of the land, tell you whether those papers are okay, tell you the purpose of that land. Is it for agricultural purpose? Is it for residential? Is it for commercial? Whatsoever, Aegis will tell you all of those things. All right? And we also said that every state has its own GIS, Graphic Information System. Cross River State has Cross River Geographic Information System. That's where you find out everything about every land in that state. Lagos has Lagos Geographic Information System. For Abuja, it is Abuja Geographic Information System. Aegis, AGIS. That answer your question? C of O. Both of them are title documents. Both of them are legal documents. While they perform, while they perform almost the same purpose, there are a few differences. The C of O is the final document, the highest document. The arrow of O, okay, in Abuja even, government uses, government wants Abuja to develop. They don't want you to buy land and keep. The government does not have the resources to develop Abuja, so it's relying on private developers to do the job. And they don't want anybody to get any land and keep it there. For instance, I go to central area, maybe directly opposite CBN. I get 2 acres or 2 hectares of land. I keep it there for central area to develop over 20, 30 years before I sell it and make my billions. The government does not want that. So they give you the right of occupancy, put fire on you, develop, come and collect your CFO, the final document. One of the major differences is that the CFO is the final document, RFO is like the next to CFO. While you can use CFO to get your mortgage and all of anything in the bank, you cannot use the right of occupancy. Understood? Yes. By the way, I hope you know that nobody owns land permanently in Nigeria. Who owns the land? All Nigerians. Then the government holds it in trust for all Nigerians. If you want to use it, you go, you pay, you get your C of O. They only give you permission to use the land for a period of 99 years. After 99 years, you are expected to go and renew. If you don't renew, the government can choose to revoke the land for your permanent property. Understood? Thank you. Okay. Yes. Okay. There are different documents that are issued when you buy land. And depending on who is selling the land to you. Now, if you go to, if you come to Abuja, for instance, most of the documents you would have are title documents you have are CFO and RFO. Now, if you go to most states, most of those people they don't have the CFO or the RFO. So what do? Just the same way, if you buy land from local chiefs now, they just sit down, do agreement, and give you. That's why some of them they go, they don't have any other document to issue to you. They just carry out survey the land and say, oh. So if I survey the land in my name now, that one is telling you that oh, I'm actually the owner of the land, though I do not have any other document, superior document to this thing. The deed of assignment, deed of assignment, it's another form of agreement. Agreement. Just agreement saying, oh, we have this transaction. You have paid for so, 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 and so land. And these are the documents I'm issuing to you. Because maybe I do not have a superior document to issue to you. Then number two, there's what we call global C of O. Global C of O. I have an estate now. The estate is 5 hectares. The C of O, one C of O is covering that land 5 hectares. I am plotting the estate to sell to different people. What do? Our CFO that is covering that large area of land that I am plotting to sell to different people is global CFO. That CFO covers the entire estate in this case now. And since it's not a private individual property, if I'm selling it to you, will I give you the CFO? The CFO is covering everybody. So I cannot give you the CFO. So, yes, you know that I have the CFO to sell this land. I have the legal documents to this property, that it is covering everybody. So I'll now give you deed assignment to tell you that, oh, we have a deal. You bought this thing from me. But because I cannot just hand over this thing to you, so I should introduce a deed. Understood? We together? You're welcome.
Another round of applause for Mr. Aka, please. Thank you very much, Mr. Aka, for enlightening us. Okay, so we'll move to the next phase, which is we want to know what you have learned today and how you intend to implement them. So if you know you've learned something today, please let me see your hands up first of all. I learned something today, something I never knew before, and I'm taking this somewhere. Let me see your hands. Okay, that's good. So we'll come out one after the other and tell everybody what we have learned. Yes, so you have to. So, okay, let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you. You can't talk to us here. How do you talk to your clients? Your confidence should be 100 if you want to be a good realtor. Your confidence should be 100. You should be able to step into the president's office and shake his hand and say, "Good morning, sir. My name is Gloria. I want to have a conversation with you." Oh, yes, 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 yes. But when you go there, say, "Yes, yes, sir." No, 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 sir. You don't even know what they're telling you because you are scared of what you don't know. I'm going to tell you something very important today. The worst you can ever get from a prospective client or anybody that you need something from is a no. Did you hear that? Let it sit, relax, and hear it again. The worst you can ever get from anybody that you need something from is a no. There's no gun, there's no knife, there's no beating, no koboko, nothing. It's no. So why not be strong enough to do what you need to do? So you're going to come out here today, practice make perfect, and tell us what you have learned. So maybe while you're saying that, someone who has listened, we have people joining us on live stream. So if they've been listening, they probably missed a thing or two. So they'll be able to grasp that which you have learned and the way you want to run with it. So who is going first? Okay, I guess I'm going to pick because we're going to go round because I want to see what you've learned. So we'll begin with Happy. Thank you. Please, a round of applause for her. Let me help you with that.
Okay, good afternoon, all. So, what I've learned today, I've learned a lot so far, and what I'm going to point at is number one, this the way of converting square meter, feet, and the rest is something I never knew how to do, but I've learned to do in this class, and it was clear, and I understand better now. Yes. And secondly, I've learned to have knowledge of what I'm selling out. It's very good and a vital role to have knowledge of what I'm selling out. Know my audience is a very good important point again because example, even this the way they sell in square meters and in feet. Yes, I cannot. I should know my audience and know how to communicate with them. I'll stop there. Thank you.
A round of applause for her, please. Thank you very much, Happiness. So, ma, we go next. What's your name, please? Okay. All right. Veronica, please, your turn. So you hold this.
Thank you, the facilitator. And for me, I learned a lot. And what stood out for me here, though someone, the first speaker mentioned that it was knowing your audience, like coming down to their level at whatever phase you are at the moment. Then another thing that stood out for me was content creation. You know, give them the best content you could do, or you leverage on someone that can do a video shot for you very well. Then also the power of collaboration and leveraging to make the job easier for us to stood out for me. And I think these are a lot of things stood out. These are one of them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. Okay, you're next. This qualifies you to pass today's class. Okay, who else wants to try? Okay, Mr. Yewale. Mr. Yewale, let's go.
Hello, everyone. I want to especially thank Mr. Aka for this educating and very beautiful, broad teaching. I say, may God bless you. I've learned a lot during the course of this teaching, and one of the take home is the aspect of knowing or having the knowledge of what you are selling. It is very important, and I think it's a very good one for me. Another thing is knowing the environment, the city you are, or the city where you want to sell your product. You should be able to know one or two things about that place, the selling points, and those are the things I think is very okay for me to push for my sales. And I want to really appreciate you for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yewale. Anybody else before we close for today? Okay, one more person.
First of all, I want to appreciate our trainer and Hashums for this amazing opportunity. And I represent the online audience who are actually watching what we're doing. First of all, I want to appreciate everybody. See, everybody here are looking good. So at least we have beautiful realtors for Hashums. All right. First of all, what I learned was from that when they were comparing is a hotel, a residential, or a commercial area. These are some basic things because the truth is you find people that want to buy a land, but you want to sell a land, and then the first question somebody asks you is, what do I gain from buying this land? Some people want to actually buy the land because they want to set up a plaza, which is also a selling point, to be honest. Because you want to sell something for somebody, you want to say, you can build a plaza here, you can build a school, and you make money from the school. But then, if you are not really knowledgeable as a realtor, you think it's a very small information. That you think it's a small thing. You go and bring somebody that's supposed to have a land that he will build his own house. He went and built a school there. At the end of the day, they will come and what? Demolish. So these are little things that matter in real estate. Understanding if a property is meant for residential or commercial. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you all so much. Anybody else? Oh, thank you all so much. So I want to quickly ask you, do you have any recommendations for your fellow realtors what you feel that they don't know and you are privy to that knowledge and you want to share. This would be a good time. Do we have? So if we don't, let's keep this in mind. All that we have learned today will be futile if you do not what? Implement. It will be a waste of your time, a waste of our time, a waste of everybody's precious time if you do not implement. And let us also remember that sales is a game of, so we'll play the game. Are you ready to play the game? So what do you have to do to increase that number? Good. Somebody said consistency. Any other person? Following up. Knowledge. Communication. Content. Thank you very much. This shows that we are paying attention and we've learned a lot. So that will be the end of today's session. Let's give a round of applause for our facilitator, Mr. Aka Ilifu. Okay, a round of applause to everybody present here, all our realtors and staff of Oceans present. Thank you. And let us give a resounding round of applause to the management for putting this together. Yes, round of applause for media. Thank you all so much. We'll be closing now. Thank you. All right, that'll be all. See you next time. Yes, second week of March. We'll be expecting every one of you. Keep in touch and make sure you're active in the Realtors group. Feel free. If this is your first time, we'll get you registered, and then I'll attach you to someone that will be attending to you. If you have any issues, you can always contact
in the
them,
capital
or you
city.
can troubleshoot and
And at the
contact
heart
me or
of
Mr.
it
Aka.
all is
All right. So if it's
Kiami
your first time, getting registered is
Pavilion Estate. Let's be real, when it comes to real estate, location is everything. You don't just want land, you want land on the right place. And Kiami Pavilion Estate is right where you need it to be. Now picture this, you need to catch a flight, boom, the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport is just minutes away. You need to handle official business, the immigration headquarters and NIA are just a drive away. Let's not forget, you're right opposite the Centenary City, Abuja's future, Dubai. Now tell me, doesn't that sound like prime real estate? Think about it, whether you're a frequent traveler or a smart investor or a home buyer looking for the perfect blend of luxury and convenience, Miami Pavilion Estate ticks every box. And the best part is that the land here is 100% dry and ready to build. No surprises, no extra sand filling costs, just premium buildable land waiting for you. So if you've been searching for an estate that gives you the best of modern living, security, and prime accessibility, this is it. But don't take my word for it. Come see it for yourself. Call the number on the screen and let's help you secure a plot here today. Do you know that some of the Abuja's most sought after properties are right here along airport?
Years of Ocean's operation. Statistics are shown from our data that the people who invest in real estate, more than 98% of these people are buying for long-term basis. What this means is that they are buying for either 5 years, 6 years, or even 10 years. Now, within this period, they don't don't have any plans of doing anything in this plot of land that they have gotten from auctions. That's not even all. So in 2023 and 2024, we conducted an experiment with our cheapest property named called Downtown. Now, Downtown is a project that we launched, it's a layout that we launched, and the price sells for below 600,000. And we realized that so many people subscribe to this property. Do you know why? Because the land is cheap, and not just that, the location is also okay. But something happened. More than 99% of the people that have bought or that have keyed into this project, they don't have any plans of also doing anything in this clause that they have gotten from auction. So to solve this problem